What's going on, Mad Spideyverse? Yeah, it's your boy Mad Spidey here. Yeah, I bought some more cards. Yeah, Beck and I were out driving around, running a few errands and things like that, and we decided to go and visit the place where I've been buying cards from online, Cherry Collectables, which is in, I think it's West Melbourne, I think it is. I thought, oh yeah, let's just go and check out the shop. So went to the shop, had a bit of a look around. It's not a big shop. It looks like it's more of a warehouse than it is a storefront. They did have a lot of boxes of like dollar singles and $5 singles and things like that, which I could probably, we had a quick look, and I'm just like, they had a little bit of the cards that I collect, and I was just like, oh, I really need a list of what I have before I start diving into that sort of thing. But we had a bit of a look anyway. And yeah, I ended up like Beck found a couple of cards, things like that, and I bought a couple of packs of some stuff that she wanted. And I was just like, oh, I wouldn't mind actually picking up something while I'm here. So I thought I'll ask them. I had a look on their website and it said, oh, they've got some of the platinum masterpiece cards that I've been buying, probably more than the rest of them. And I said, oh, I'll pick up a couple of blaster boxes while I'm here, because they're obviously a lot cheaper than the hobby boxes. And they're like, oh, they're in stock, but they're not in here. They're in like another state. And I'm like, ah, crap. So I'm like, what else have you got, like blaster boxes wise? Like, as I said, like the hobby boxes are too expensive for a lot of the sets. They're like $300, $400, $500, or even the new Topps Chrome ones are like $1,000. It's like, that's ridiculous. So they actually, came up with some of the Avengers Metal Universe cards from last year, so 2024. So I thought, and it's fairly reasonable for a blaster box. It's 6 packets, 6 packets with 6 cards in each. It was about $35 or something, $35, $40, something like that. So I thought, yeah, well, that's pretty reasonable. It's not like I'm spending a lot of money on, like a big hobby box or anything like that. And so I was like, yeah, well, we'll just give it a try. So I just bought one just to give it a try. And I thought, yeah, screw it. I've got the afternoon. I probably should be resting, but, I thought, oh, hell, let's, I haven't done any pre-content during the week, like pre-recorded stuff. So I thought I'll do this instead, just to get a bit more content out there. But before we get into the cards, I better say hello to the chat, because without you guys, I wouldn't be here. I probably would, but just I'd have like 1 subscriber. Simple Simon in first. Hope you're doing well, mate. Sweet, I need some background waffle. I like to waffle while I'm organizing some stuff. This is perfect. I'm assuming you're getting ready for your big trip. We actually, obviously, we bumped into Sarah and said hello and had a bit of a chat yesterday with her. And I know you guys are really looking forward to that. So, Christina, hope you're doing well. This is all your fault. I blame you for me buying cards. No, I wanted to do it anyway, but yeah, I'm still blaming you. Gene, hope you're doing well, brother. Maddie, Heroes for Hire Club, hope you're doing well, mate. There. Hashtag card guy. Whatever you reckon. Yes, I did, Christina. I got cards. Doing some tidings, so I'll just be listening in. Okay, cool. No worries. Callie, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. Kind of look like you're in a blanket fort. Yeah, well, it is a blanket behind me just to cover up, the rest of the stuff that's not mine. Kev, Entropy and Comics, hope you're doing well, brother. So without further ado, hopefully this works. I say this every time I do one of these live streams. I haven't done many. Let's add to the stage the second camera. And let's do this. Move that over there and go there. All right, beautiful. Blanket forts are my jam. Yeah, I used to love doing that stuff when I was a kid. All right. Now, obviously, sharpish sort of knife. So kids, don't try this at home. You know, the usual sort of thing. Just be careful. I don't think it's the sharpest of knife, but it's enough to get through the shrink wrap anyway. So don't blame these duplicates. Getting in early. Tate, what's going on, brother? I hope you're doing well, sir. I miss you. Hopefully we might see you tomorrow for me, or tonight for whoever, you know, whatever day you guys are in. I always forget myself. See if I can get into these bloody things. Now, like a lot of this sort of stuff, because I did a tiny bit of quick research before this. I know there are some pretty cool inserts, but I don't know enough about the card sets. I always like it when Random Reads Kevin is in the chat, because he is Mr. Knowledgeable, especially compared to me. But it's always it's always nice having him in the chat when he knows a lot more about this stuff than what I do. All right, let's chuck that box up there. All right, so we got Captain America on the top of the packs. Now I'm trying to remember. So discover original art sketch cards and comic cut memorabilia cards. There's all these other weird names for these inserts. It's probably in the extremely small writing that I'm not even going to attempt to read there, because that is like, you know, real tiny. But I think it's a 100 card base set, and then obviously you have your parallels and your chase cards and things like that. But yeah, let's get into them. See what they actually look like. I do have some odd. I don't know whether it's the same series or not, but I do have some of the odd metal Marvel cards, because when I do, like, some of the comic dealers that I deal with over here through the Facebook comic groups, they tend to have like throw in a card here or there, like just as a little added sort of secret bonus. What's Kelly saying? Would you like to participate in a set race? Hell no. We all get a box of packs from some random card that's cheap, then we open packs till someone completes the set. The funny thing is, Kelly, like the ones that I started with, the ones that I really want to collect is that I mentioned before, is the Marvel Masterpiece Platinum series. Random Reads sent me the list to get the whole complete set, and it's 132 pages long of cards. There is something like, I think it's like 3,000 cards by the time you get all the base set, all the parallel sets, all the inserts. Oh my god, it's fucking ridiculous. It really is. Exactly. Yeah, you don't get it. You don't get a base set anymore. Like, I remember back in the old school days, like, I never bought any boxes, but I know plenty of people that did it back in the old school days. You would basically you would buy a box, and they were huge. Like a blaster box, you'd get at least a set and a half of base cards, but they didn't have the amount of inserts back then, though. They might have had one set of inserts, or like maybe 9 holograms or 9 lenticulars or something like that. So it wasn't, that it's ridiculous, Tate. It really is. But I wouldn't mind getting some more, because I love that set. I want the original set. But yeah, it's extremely hard to try and even get a box of those. So what do we got here? Now, can I get that camera a little bit closer without it screwing up the view? Okay. All right. So I'm assuming, so this will be the common cards. Somebody is trying to ring my phone from some random number. That's just annoying. So we got Beast. So let's have a look at the... All right, so that's cool. So like some of the old Marvel Universe sets, they've got the like intelligence, strength, speed, like that sort of stuff. So these are very like the old school sets. 90s is old school. Stop saying old school days. Well, it is. And we're all around the same sort of age anyway, so we're allowed to say old school days. So I'm assuming, is that first appearance? No, that's not first appearance. So, or maybe first appearance of Blue Beast. But yeah, a brief little thing. There's obviously just your standard edition, like your base set number. I still love this when they included stats. Yeah, and that's what these have got. So this is actually pretty cool. The only problem is, yeah, if I want to try and, like, these hobby boxes are not too badly priced. But if you want to buy one of the hobby boxes, they're ridiculous over here. I don't know what they're like over there, but they're about $600 or $700, which is probably about $450 to $500 US. That's just way too much. I used to walk to school uphill both ways. All right. So what else we got? We got Quicksilver. So obviously these are going to be Avengers based, obviously. I'm sure, well, Spidey's been an Avenger at some point, so it'd be nice if I got a Spidey card in this set somewhere. That's a very low number, number 5 in the set, obviously. We've got, who's that supposed to be? Oh, Speed. Oops, need to go up a bit more. So there's your. So it's funny how he's called Speed, but then you look at his speed stat, and it's at like 4 out of what, 7? Like, you'd think it'd be higher than that. I can see there's a chase card under there of some kind. So Norman Osborn. So, and I thought with the name Metal, you'd think they'd be like metal-based cards, not just normal cardboard with a, the laminate over the top. But still very, very cool. He's moderate speed. All right, so this is obviously one of the chase cards, I would say. So I can't even read that. What's that say? Star Brand. I've never even heard of the character. So what does it say on the back? Marvel Metal Universe. All right, so it doesn't even tell me. Oh, copper. There we go. So it says copper there. So obviously those ones won't say. Yeah, so they don't say anything in that spot. So this must be one of the parallel sets. So Metal Universe means they are all shiny chrome. I thought they were going to be dressed the slide. Yeah, so this will be a parallel set. And this is the common thing that they seem to be doing with a lot of these cards. Like, not necessarily like your Pokemon and your One Piece and like all that sort of type cards, but the Marvel cards, the DC cards, Looney Tunes, like all that sort of like type character-based cards, they have these parallel sets. So if it's a 100 base card set, the parallel set will be exactly identical. It'll just be the different color background. So you'll probably find there's probably like 10 different colors and there'll be 100 cards in each of those. So this is what I mean by it is quite literally extremely hard to be able to actually collect complete sets. Obviously, a complete base set would be nice and I'd be happy with that and just an odd insert here and there, but even that's getting hard enough. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And then we've got, that'd be Ronin. So, and obviously the other thing is we've got to keep an eye on is whether there's like rainbow foils or like, numbered cards and stuff like that pretty much. 6 cards per pack, Kelly, and 6 packs per box. So it's only a blaster box. Whereas, yeah, the hobby box, I think, is same amount of cards per pack, but it is, I think you get like 10 or 12 cards or something like that, but it's ridiculously more expensive, but you get the better inserts, obviously, with the hobby boxes, and that's why they're so expensive. I just got Scum Dogs of the Universe on vinyl. I've never even heard of Scum Dogs. Imagine your 8-year-old self trying to collect these cards nowadays. Oh, forget it, Kelly. Forget it. I would not Like if they were like, you know, $2 a pack or something like that, different story. But even to buy just a normal, just like a singular pack in a lot of these things, they're like $20, $30, $50 a pack, depending on the set. So it's, yeah, it's a bit nuts. Oh, look at that Thanos. That's nice. Oh, gotta try and watch out for the glare there. I was able to set up this time a little like table lamp sort of thing to sort of focus more on this, because I noticed the yeah, it's quite hard to see the cards with the last live streams that I've done. Yeah, so look at it. His stats are all through the roof. They're almost, you know, like most of them are like right at the end or are at the end. But yeah, that's nice. Nice Thanos card. So that's what, Iron Lad. So part of the Young Avengers. That Grey Gargoyle. Yeah, Mum would slap me if I asked for $30 box of cards. The packs were like 50 cents when I was a kid back in the old days. That's right. Yeah, I think I remember some of the Marvel Universe cards. And I think it's one of the Spider-Man sets. Like I was paying like $2 or $3 a pack back in the sort of 90s. So that was, you know, that was like a lot of money back then when, you know, you're not getting hardly anything for pocket money. Oh, we got 2 inserts in this next one, so I might pull him out of the way. So we got some Scarlet Witch action. Very, very nice. Bring Back the Bomb is my favorite glass one. Ah. So this will be another one of the, so that's Ares. This should be another one of the copper. Yeah, so the copper parallels. So that's sort of weird though, because as I said, like the parallel sets, but why is it numbered 169? So I really need to get 2 of the same card, one in a normal set, one in the parallel set, to see how the numbers work. I'm assuming once you hit card 100, 101 will be number 1, but in the parallel type set. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And what do we get here? This is Jessica Jones. Look at that. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous looking card. That's a really nice looking background. So what's this one called? So this is called the Grandiose. So a bit of a fancy name, but I think, yeah, Grandiose, I think, is one of the chase cards, I believe. Not necessarily a parallel set, but a chase card. That says 80. So I don't know whether they're a chase / parallel set. Yeah, as I said, I didn't do enough research to really look at these, but that is really gorgeous. Look at you all talking music in the chat. It's hilarious. All right, let's open another one. Well, these are actually a little bit tricky to get into in a nice way. All right, so we got some Ant-Man action. What's that? Lionheart. Your hit will be most likely numbered. Yeah, well, I don't think the Grandiose are numbered. No, so they're not numbered. So that'll be it's probably still a chase, but just a parallel chase, I'm assuming. Not a bad base set, all busts though. Yeah, and like a lot of the cards are like that now. Is that Justice? Ooh, what's that one? So I've already said I sent a Spidey card, so got some Miles. All right, so this is a bronze. So, okay, so those ones are copper, and this one is bronze. So, and it's still just got a normal number on it. Oh, look, there we go. That's what you were talking about, Callie. 75 out of 150. So that must be a decent card then to have such a low numbered run. So that is really, really cool. Then we got another one of the copper ones. So that's Korvac. Yeah, so from the copper parallel set. Oh, his stats are bigger than bloody Thanos's ones. Except for fighting skills, but so I'll put that with the copper set, and then I think this is just another normal one of Claw. Yeah, and even a Spider-Man card. Exactly, Tate. What's going on, E-Man? Hope you're doing well, brother. Yeah, there was like, there's obviously that Transformers set that's been out for a while, like that anniversary set. I know some people have bought the some of them. I know Sean did a he bought I think a hobby box of the Transformers cards. They're not bad. Like, I wouldn't. They're not a great set, but they've got some nice cards in there. But yeah, I wouldn't go that far to get some for myself or anything. So I like Transformers, but yeah, not that much. Optimus was an Avenger, I'm pretty sure. Oh, okay. Maybe in like a parallel world or something. Multiverse stuff. All right, so we got Falcon. Don't really like that outfit, but you know. Oh, that looks nice. Grim Reaper. So that looks more realistic than sort of cartoony. Almost looks like it'd be like an Alex Ross or an Addy Granoff sort of artwork or something like that. But that looks really, really nice. Seal the packs back up. Got some Luke Cage action. Yeah, so it's definitely not. So the dates are definitely nothing to do with first appearances or anything like that. Seal those back up and restart the stream. I'm here now. Who the hell is that? Dread Knight. So that's cool. So that's a bit more like Callie was saying. Like, they're mainly bust sort of shots, the artwork. But yeah, like, you're getting the horse in there, and you pretty much a full leg in there. So thinking of buying one of those old Impel Star Trek cards. I used to collect those in a boxes at a reasonable price. Okay. No Transformers, no leather jackets, and long hair. Definitely need to return. Yeah, the stats are pretty cool. All right, so I got another. I'm assuming this is another one of the copper. Okay, so now I had a Scarlet Witch card before. Hang on, give me a sec. Where was that Scarlet Witch card? All right, so different artwork. So this is the copper set. So I wonder, does that correlate? Okay, so it does correlate. So that's how they're working it. So as you can see, you have 21 and then 121. So this is obviously the first of the parallel sets, is the copper set. But the good thing is, it's not like some of the other sets where you're literally getting exactly the same image, just with the different color background, the shinier the copper background, the yellow foil or the blue foil, the red foil background. You're actually getting a different image. So that's actually a good thing. I reckon that's different art is dope. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing, Kelly. That's what I was saying. Like, with the Masterpiece set, there's like the standard set, and then there's, like, as I said, 10 different colored chase parallels, or just parallel sets. And it's exactly the same art for each individual card. So you'll get, like, 10 Thor, 10 Spidey, 10 Iron Man, 10 this, 10 that, 10 that, just all in the different colors. All right, Vogsy, take it easy, mate. Thanks for dropping in. So that is really that's good. That's good that they're actually done the different colors. All right, and last one we got, or they're calling her Arachne in this, not Spider Woman, but that'll be Julia Carpenter. Spider Woman. I prefer to call it Spider Woman. Arachne. I don't really like Arachne. But yeah, obviously that's the name she ends up going with. But at least it's another Spidey orientated card. All right, so go another pack. Second to last pack. All right. Let's have a look. Whoops. All right, so we got another Ronin, but it's a different, slightly different outfit. I picked that pack. Slightly different outfit, and obviously slightly different background. Doesn't look like it's any kind of chase or anything or parallels, so it looks like it's a just another one in the base set. It's got Red Skull. Not a very traditional looking Red Skull, but I don't really like that. I like his traditional sort of outfit more than anything else. Some of these are really good, and the cards are pretty sick. Yeah, no, definitely. The Scarlet Witch and Grim Reaper are my favorites. Let's produce a set with 90 base card set and 1 10-card subset, 1 box to complete. I bet people would love them. Yeah, and that's what they used to be like, Tape. That's what they used to be like. Hey, Ruby G. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you are well. So who is that? Oh, Radioactive Man. I was trying to work out who it was because sometimes the glare hits the foil writing, and it's a little bit harder to see. So Radioactive Man. All right, so we got some Kamala Khan. So Miss Marvel. All right, so we got US Agent. Oh, I've got to hide that last one. Oh, I know this one. I remember the girl. I keep saying, hey, everybody's trying to annoy Christina for saying old school or good old days or things like that. So that'll be one of the copper ones. Yeah, so that's one of the copper parallel sets. Don't really like the outfit, but really nice looking artwork. All right, what do we got here? All right, so this looks like it should be. So that's Speed again. So different artwork again from the common card. So if we, I know I'm sort of going back a little bit, but where was the other Speed card? Yeah. Okay, so slightly different artwork, but at least, like as Tate said, it is different artwork. Sorry, Callie. Another slow card. So this one is one of the gold parallel sets. Okay, so yeah, I can see where they're going with the. Okay, this is the metal universe. So you got copper, you got bronze, you got gold. I can see where they're going with this now. Grandiose, obviously, I don't know what that's got to do with metal, but yeah. So gold was that copper and bronze, or sorry, copper and bronze. His stats suck. All right, so last pack. So definitely the Miles is definitely the pick of the box. That is for sure. All right, let's see how the last pack goes. I didn't sort of pull them out in any order either, so I sort of just pulled them all out at the same time. So Kang the Conqueror. Yeah, so so I might possibly get another one of these at some point. I'll probably have to have another look at the hobby boxes because yeah, you get a lot more cards and better inserts, but yeah, if they're going to be so pricey, so you got Tigra, yeah. So I don't mind the artwork on that. It's quite detailed with the hair and the face has got a bit more sort of expression. Right. Who's that? Spectrum. Looks a little. The face looks a little. What we would say blokey, male sort of facial features. But yeah, still a cool character. Oh, I got some Iron Fist. Oh, I don't know whether I like that or not. It's a little bit sort of triangular, I suppose you could say. All right, so it looks like we've got another one of the. All right, so we got Vision. Yeah, so nothing big in the last packet. So we just got another one of the. So it's Grey Gargoyle. Another one of the copper ones. So I would say that's how it works. You're generally going to, like most packets, you're going to get one of these copper ones. I really like that Scarlet Witch. That's really, really nice. Korvac, Ares, and Starbrand. Then obviously the gold. So that's gold's not numbered. The grandiose ones, they're really, really nice. Like I love that holographic in the background. That is really, really nice. Not numbered, but or not individually numbered, should I say? So definitely the miles. Trying to pick this up reasonably. So the miles, only 150 of these. I'm assuming that's what it means. 150 made of this particular card, and to be one of those is extremely, extremely cool. So yeah, definitely the pick of the bunch. That is for sure. Thank you. What's that? I told you the box didn't like me. Congrats on the miles. Yeah, and as Tate said, at least it's a Spidey card as well, which is cool. Very pretty art on the majority of them. Definitely some derpy ones though. Yeah. Your second camera should be called Mad Scarlet Spidey. Yeah, I just got Mad Spidey too. That'll do. So yeah, but that was cool. Like I'm as I said, I'm still the completionist in me is still a little itchy. But it's still like I'm controlling myself. I'm being good. Mad Spidey 2099. Nah, that'd be Mad Miles. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I'm still enjoying this. Like, just gonna do it every now and again. Just sort of, obviously the main focus at the moment is comics, trying to pick up those key issues and the runs and things like that. But yeah, I'm just dabbling away there. Whenever I get a chance to just go, I got a little bit of spare cash. Let's just grab something that's reasonable. I would love to try and find some of the old boxes, like the 90s stuff, but I think the only problem with the 90s stuff is it's probably a little less exciting, only because of like what some of the guys in the chat have said, is that you will literally get a box with about 15, 20, 30 packs in it, and it will be like you'll probably end up getting multitude of multiples. I know that's a bit of a mouthful, but you'll get a lot of multiples of the same cards, and they'll all be base set cards. Excuse me, and it'll be you'll only have like one insert set or one chase set, and it'll be like, as I said, like 9 holograms or 9 lenticulars or 9, acetate cards or something like that. And that's what they used to be like. But I'd be happy to just get an entire base set of a lot of these cards. That would be really, really nice. But I'm still loving these parallel sets, even though they're really annoying to try and collect multiples of them. But I did also pick myself up. I did actually go to a different place. I know Simon's been there before, Dream Collectables or Dream On Collectables, just very local. They had a couple of the Marvel like full boxes, like the hobby boxes, and ridiculous prices. I didn't even batter an eyelid at those prices. I'm just like, whatever, that's just stupid. But I did pick up a folder. That was the main thing. We went there and I went, oh, that's a nice folder. I'll grab one of those. So at least I'm going to be able to start organizing some of these cards now and putting them away properly into a nice little folder. So what's this? You got to start coming to the card shows with me. Yeah, but the card shows, they're all Pokemon and they're all TCG stuff and things like that, and like sports cards and that. Like, I'm looking for the Marvel boxes. You know, I don't want to realistically go to individual cards. You know, like I might buy an individual card or something if I'm trying to complete a set, if I get to that close enough point. It's the pack breaks and the box breaks and stuff is what I'm enjoying. But yeah, a lot of those card shows, Simon, they don't have them. They don't think they sell, so they don't bother bringing them with them. So, but you know, well, yeah, maybe we might do a card show at some point. So, yeah, exactly. Some sets the hobby boxes will have cards in the boxes of packs won't have. Yeah, I know. I found that out, Kelly. As I said, when I was buying the Masterpiece Platinums, the blaster boxes, so like that one, the smaller boxes, they have one particular, I think it was like purple tracks or pink tracks or whatever the hell they were called. They're only in the blaster boxes, where all the other chases were in the hobby boxes. You still got the common chases in the hobby boxes as well. In the blaster boxes as well, but they each had, like, the different types of boxes had their own chase sets that you could only get in each. So that's annoying too. But as I said, still cool fun though. As I am Kelly, it's all about taking your money. Exactly. That's what it is. That's why I'm trying to just have fun with it and just do it on an odd occasion more than anything else. Do you have the Series 1 McFarlane Spider-Man cards? Back of the cards all connect to make one giant picture of the Nut Punch cover. I have one complete set of, except for the inserts, I have one complete set of the Spider-Man cards. I think they're the 90, let's say 93 or 94, I think, Fleer set, where, yeah, literally like each 9 cards. So you get 9 cards that all make one big like collage picture that all join together. And even with like the villains and all that sort of stuff, every single one was like a connecting sort of cover. I do have that entire base set, but they have I think it's 9 acetate inserts. I think I might be missing 1 or 2 of those. I think that's the only full Spider-Man set I actually have. The Marvel cards are there. You just got to find them. Yeah, and that's the hard thing, because as I said, like, they focus on what's hot, and it's like, you know, there are people like me that just want comic cards. So yeah, I don't really want to be trying to jump over 400 people talking about Pokemon cards just to see if they've got a box. But yeah, I might try them. I show them in the video. I know you do, but you're showing me the individual cards. You need to show me that they have boxes of cards. That's the thing I'm looking for. I have a set of Silver Sapphire holes, and it is awesome. Yeah, I need to get back into some of the old sets that need completing. I really do. And that's, you know, like this place, Cherry Collectables, as I said, they've got boxes and boxes of like $1 cards, $5 cards, things like that, just loose cards. So I could probably maybe, you know, fill some holes with some of those loose cards. Oh, hollows, not holes. Love that set. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to get. I've always had that completionist mindset, even though I never complete anything. But trying to get out of it. I have a few of the McFarlane card stickers on my trash bin. Oh, nice. There is a 1976 Marvel top set of stickers that are awesome and tough to find over. So Yeah, Dave, still only 35 cents. I'm pretty sure that's the set. He has the entire set. I'm pretty sure. If that's the ones where they're literally just a white, like full white background with just the character in the middle, I think that's the one you're talking about. He has the entire set of those. Yeah, that's actually, they're more of a, not a cool looking card, but it's cool for the nostalgia and the age of them more than anything else. So, but yeah, that'll do us. Thanks everybody so much for hanging out and just chilling with me. It's probably very late over in the States. It's like almost 4 p.m. over here on a Saturday afternoon. I wanted to try and get in before that real dead zone time of everybody, even the insomniac people that generally are asleep around this time. But yeah, I had fun. As I said, I'll do another one of these at some point when I get around to it. And I am going to a regional con that I've mentioned in about 2 weeks. Going to be mainly hunting books, but I will keep an eye out to see if anybody's got any boxes of cards up there. And yeah, you never know what I could find. So yeah, for sure. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out with me and just keeping me company, and yeah, enjoying my waffling. And that one's for you too, Simon. Just to you can listen to me waffle all time, anytime. So anyway, thank you very much. Please be safe, take care, and we'll see you on Spidey's Outback for me tomorrow. You guys probably tonight, but we will see you then. So take care, and yeah, see ya.
The word jaundice comes from the French word jaune, which means yellow.